The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication. Podcast publishing made easy. Libsyn.com. That's Libsyn.com.
Welcome to the Old Time Radio Network Western Stories, riding into the Wild West of gunfighters, tales of cattle drives, and sheriffs. Those tales of rough and rowdy adventures of those heroes of the Wild West. We now go back to the early days of Westerns on the radio and our imaginations with our feature presentation.
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger. The wild and untamed west of yesteryear lives once again as the famous Lone Ranger urges his great horse Silver down the trail to new adventure. He has a stirring action drama for us now. So make way for those silver-shod hoops and thrill to a story of the phantom figure of the plains. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver, old boy. There he is up ahead. We're coming, Tonto. Hi-yo, Silver. Away!
In the first scene of our Lone Ranger drama, we see two horsemen racing their mounts over a backcountry trail, just north of the Rio Grande and east of El Paso. Weather-beaten and disreputable, they carry the stamp of outlaws on their hard features.
These parts are getting too civilized for us, Mike.
Always beefing about something.
It ain't only me. It's the rest of the boys, too.
I'm giving orders and you're taking them.
But you gotta admit that rustling don't pay no more. Too hard to get rid of the cattle afterwards.
There's going to be a new stagecoach line from Paso Doble to Dalton. They'll carry gold.
Hey, what about it?
I said gold.
No, hold-ups for me. The country's too open. Ain't no cover in the whole 30 miles.
They start operating in a week.
Hey, look at that creek we're coming to. Are you sure there's a ford?
Must be.
Well, let's try it out first.
What are you afraid of? Quicksand?
I don't take any chances I don't have to.
All right. Oh, boy. What are you getting off for?
Talking about quicksand, you got me nervous.
Well?
I'll try it out with a rock.
Come on.
That sand gobbled up that rock like it was hungry.
Yeah?
Deep, too. Maybe if we go...
How deep?
What?
The creek.
About 10 feet.
Think a stage could get to the other side?
Nah.
Listen, Butch. You can start spending that gold from Paso Doble.
What's the stage got to do with the creek?
Plenty. The stage is going to take this road.
No. It follows the main road straight to Dalton.
It won't after we fix up the signpost at the crossing.
The signpost?
That's what I said. It's a new route, and the drivers will be dependent on them a lot, especially at night.
Yeah.
What's more, it'll be on the night stage they carry the gold.
Mike, I gotta hand it to you.
We'll be ready for 'em on the first run. Come on.
The The boys will be plenty glad to hear about this. Get up there. Get up. Get up. Get up.
There was a great deal of activity in front of the express office in Paso Doble. The night stage was being made ready for its first run to Dalton. In the dark shadow of the building, the Lone Ranger and his faithful Indian companion, Tonto, were watching the preparations.
There, Buck. Now.
Yes, Tonto, coming this way.
Him drive stage?
That's right.
Him not crook now, huh?
He never was a real crook, Kimasabi, only the victim of bad companions. He gave me his promise to go straight when we helped him out of that scrape from Sonora. I knew he'd keep his word.
That good.
Take the horses back away. I want to congratulate him on his new job.
Stranger.
Hello, Buck.
Gosh, mister, I never thought I'd see you again. I'm keeping my promise, though. Look, that's my stage. They gave me the job driving.
I know, Buck. Congratulations.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Why do you ask?
Well, I heard about the new line. That's why I headed over here. But nobody listened to me when I asked for a job. And then all of a sudden it was different. The marshal stopped me on the street one day. He asked me a few questions, and then he took me over to the express agent. In 5 minutes, it was all settled.
I'm glad.
Have you been in town since I got here?
Yes, Buck. I wanted you to have your chance.
I thought so. I'll never be able to thank you enough.
Just do your job and do it well.
You don't have to worry. I'm going to be the best stagecoach driver in the Southwest.
I'm sure of it.
What's more, I'm going to get married and settle down. Look over yonder. You see that girl stepping into the stage?
Yes.
That's Betty Stevens.
Oh, yes. Her father owns a general store in Dalton, doesn't he?
That's right. She's been over here visiting her aunt. We're going to be married next week.
Hey, Buck, come on. We're ready to start.
Who's that man?
Butch Larson. He's the guard. You know him?
I believe I do.
Come on.
Right away. Goodbye, mister.
The best of luck. I may see you in Dalton.
Be right with you, Butch. Are you comfortable, Betty?
I'm fine.
You'll be in Dalton before you know it. Give me a hand up, Butch.
Sure.
Gold stowed away?
We're all set.
Get up. Get up there. Come on. Get up.
An hour after the stage had started its journey, Black Mike and his gang of outlaws were lying in ambush near the quicksand ford at Salter's Creek.
What are you laughing about?
Butch getting a job as guard on the stage.
There ain't a chance of things going wrong now.
Oh, he got the signpost changed all right.
Yeah. We'll see the stage any minute.
What do we do after Butch knocks the driver out and stops it?
I told you once. You and a couple of men ride down there. Get the passengers out and take them into Dalton. Then report to the sheriff.
And you and the boys unload the gold, cut the horses loose, and drive the stage into the creek.
That's it. The stage will be underwater. It'll sink into quicksand, and the express company will figure that the gold went with it.
It's a slick scheme.
Hey, Mike, the stage is coming down the road.
Over the hill, men. Get your horses out of sight. You stay here, Jake.
Yeah.
Don't treat any of the passengers rough. They gotta think you're trying to help them.
I get you, boss.
Out of sight. Get away before the stage gets here.
This road don't look familiar.
Sure it does. Can't fool me about this country.
I think we took the wrong turn back at the fork.
The arrow was pointing this way.
I'm going to pull up.
Not yet. You're due in Dalton in an hour. Want to be late on your first run?
We might be later if we keep going.
There's a creek up ahead. That proves we're right.
That proves we're wrong. There ain't no creek on the main road.
Ooh, give me those reins. I got you covered.
What's the idea?
I'll show you.
Why, you pretty double-crossed.
That settles him. Go there. The bridge is out.
Fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver.
I can see that.
Lone Ranger.
Too deep to get through?
Yeah, quicksand bottom beside. Any passengers inside?
There's two, a man and a girl. Give them a lift into town.
Sure thing. Get them passengers out, boys. Everything's set.
Good.
This is the legend of a man and a horse,
Come to yet.
and how they met.
Here, I'll
The
lift him on
story
your
of the
horse.
Lone
No.
Ranger
Mike
and his
the
great
gang
horse,
stay along a minute.
Silver.
You're supposed to wait for him here. The driver goes back to camp.
Where are
Maybe the girl will cause trouble.
Not for long.
No, rough stuff.
I got my orders.
Worst outlaw
I gotta
in the
hurry,
West.
though. See you later.
His name was Butch
He's all
Cavendish.
right, ma'am.
They had
Just
followed
don't
his
want to leave
trail
the
for many
stage.
weeks,
We're gonna
until
take you
finally
into Dalton.
they noticed that the hoofprints of the outlaw's horse were fresh.
Yes, Tonto. We can't be far ahead.
That same night, the Lone Ranger and Tonto were riding along the main road to Dalton. Suddenly, the masked man reined in his great white horse.
Tonto's horse was tired and no match in speed for the animal
That's
Cavendish
signpost.
rode.
The outlaws along the other road.
When Tonto returned from the steeplechase,
I know it. We'd better
he
investigate.
found the Lone Ranger
Get him
sitting
up.
beside his dead horse.
A good horse, Tonto.
This
Loyal,
road goes
faithful,
south.
and
I'm
brave.
wondering if Buck could have
My
taken it
next
by
horse
mistake.
must be faster.
Quicksand
I wish
Creek, 1 mile. No bridge.
We've heard
It's less than
stories
a mile.
of the wild.
The moon's out
Very
now.
white stallion.
We'll be able to see it at the top of the next rise.
over there.
I suspect that the guard
We'll
on
be
the
on the
stage is
lookout
an
for the
outlaw,
wild
Tonto.
horse while we
He may have had a
follow
partner who changed the signpost. It's Buck's first run. He doesn't know the country very well. I'm afraid so. Go, Silver.
Tonto's horse carried the Lone Ranger's saddle, his
There's the
saddlebags, and
stage.
bridle, while the masked
Any
man
men
and the
there?
Indian continued on foot along the outlaw's
They
trail.
seem to be unloading something.
When they reached the top of
The
a hill,
gold, perhaps.
they halted suddenly
Our help
and
isn't
stared
wanted.
at an
Look,
awe-inspiring
They're
sight far
unhitching the
down in the
horses
valley.
and pushing the stage into the stream.
They saw a great
Then they're
white
going to head
stallion in a
south.
death fight with a
I'm
giant
sure of it.
buffalo. The
Butch
horse
and
was
those
plunging,
men are
rearing,
outlaws.
charging, and
Hi-yo,
dodging
Silver!
wildly.
Silver!
The sun flashed from his coat as from a coat of polished silver.
Stage is
They
almost
realized that
underwater.
this was the legendary white
We
stallion,
must get it
the
out
one
somehow.
ranchers and
Right,
hunters had talked
Tonto.
so much about.
Every minute
Tonto,
counts.
must have that horse. I'll try to shoot the buffalo.
That horse will run away. Yes,
I'll get
we
close
might
on it.
overtake them. There's more
As he ran
important work to be
downhill, the
done
Lone
here.
Ranger watched
Go,
the battle.
Silver.
The sleek white
Silver.
stallion was nimble and courageous, but his strength began to wane.
We must
The
make
buffalo
sure the gold
charged
has
again
been
and again.
stolen.
The splendid muscles of the white
hey,
horse were
well,
slower in
there.
responding.
It isn't far
Then
from
too
shore.
slow. He
I
was
might be
caught
able
by
to
the
jump it.
buffalo's
No.
charge. Wet
It's
crimson
ground
stained his
soft.
pure white coat.
I'll have to make
Another
sure.
charge.
No.
The white horse saw it
Deep,
coming and
I'm
he couldn't
free.
dodge.
Free?
He staggered and fell.
Oh, I see.
The monster drew back and
Work your
lowered
way
his
out
head
on that
for the
limb
death
and drop
charge.
onto the coach.
And then
It's
two
almost
shots
directly
rang out.
underneath. Here.
The buffalo
I'll give you a
shuddered
lift
from
up.
the impact of the masked man's bullets. For an instant, he stood motionless.
You'll find the gold in the baggage
Then
compartment.
fell.
Try that limb. Make sure that it holds your weight. It's strong. That's good. Take it easy, Kimosabe. Open. Can you see if the gold's gone? Not yet. Easy. Oh, empty. That's all we need to know. He drop on coach? No,
Slowly
come back.
battered and
There's work to be done.
The white stallion lay quietly.
Not yet.
The Lone Ranger
If that stagecoach
breathed his
sinks into the
wounds.
quicksand, we can never prove
During
the
the next
theft.
several days, the
Sinking
masked
deeper
man
every
and the
minute.
Indian cared for the injured horse. Then the wounds
we
were
do?
closed.
Silver has
The
never
horse's
failed us
strength
yet,
had
Tonto.
returned.
I have a
There
plan.
was once more
Listen.
fire in his eye, a spring in his step, and his head was lifted proudly.
He's himself again.
It was an hour later when the three outlaws, headed by Jake, rode into Dalton with Betty and the other passenger from the coach. They headed straight for the sheriff's home.
No, Tonto, wait. Let him go. I had that horse more than anything in the
What do you
world.
want with the sheriff?
But he deserves
I gotta
that
report
freedom.
what's happened
He
to the
fought for it.
stage.
Nothing happened to it. He just can't get through.
He's turned to look
There's
at it.
gold on board.
See how
There's
the
outlaws
sunlight
riding the
reflects
range.
that white coat.
Outlaws.
Here, tell there is.
Then Buck may be in danger. Tell the sheriff to hurry.
The sheriff will hurry all right when I get
for
through
him.
talking to him.
Silver! Silver! Hey, Silver! Tonto, he's
Jake
coming
Winters.
back. It's just as if he knew what I said.
Boy, what do you want this time of night?
Silver.
I'm just a cowhand, Sheriff. I want to report a
Silver,
robbery.
you
What's
beauty.
that? Leastways, it may be a robbery.
Tonto.
Me and my two buddies were riding
As the
along by
mighty
Salters
stallion
Creek.
felt the
And
halter,
we saw
he
the
trembled as if
stagecoach
from a chill.
from Paso Doble
Every instinct
was
told
drawn
him
up
that
by
he
the
must
side of the
flee
road.
at once to
What was the
preserve
stage
his
doing near
freedom.
Salters Creek?
And
I
yet
guess
he
the
stood
driver
his
and the guard
ground.
had a scheme to steal
It
the gold
wasn't
on
threat.
board.
Steal
the gold? Yeah.
It was something
We rode up
stronger,
and asked what was
some
the matter.
mysterious
Both
bond
of
of
them pulled
friendship
guns
and
on us.
understanding.
They told us to take the passengers
He heard
into
the
town
man's
and keep their
voice.
mouths shut.
The guard and the driver,
huh? That's right.
Silver.
We did like we was told,
Silver.
but I looked back as we were riding toward the shallows, and they were driving the stage into the creek. Trying to ford it. Well, maybe.
Now,
I
Tonto,
figured different.
the saddle.
The driver's name was Buck. I heard them talk.
Reformed gun in the express got me hired.
I
told Higgins it was a
mistake, and
this proves it.
Yeah,
thanks,
The horse was wild and unused to the ways of men and the weight of a saddle and rider. But the masked man was a brave creature. He was gentle yet firm, and Silver was intelligent. The stallion seemed to sense
The
the
curtain
desire
falls
of the
on
Lone
the first
Ranger
act of
and did his
tonight's
best
Lone
to
Ranger
cooperate.
drama.
He learned quickly.
Before the next
and after
exciting
several days
scenes,
of training,
please permit
he
us
was
to
ready.
pause for just
Follow
a
me,
few
Tom.
moments.
I'm going after Cavendish. Come on, Silver!
No hoofs had ever beat the plains like those thundering hoofs of the great horse Silver. During the past few days, Cavendish had gotten far away, but the masked man and Tonto trailed him relentlessly with only a minimum of rest. It took days to cut down the outlaw's lead, but at long last, Cavendish came into view.
Now to continue our story.
Come on, Silver!
You will recall that in the first act of
Mighty
tonight's
stallion
Lone Ranger
responded
drama,
with a new burst
a
of
band of
speed.
outlaws thought of a scheme to steal the gold
Cavendish fired wild
carried
shots
over the new
his
stage route
shoulder
to Dalton.
until his gun was empty.
Signposts
His horse,
were
so
changed,
powerful and fast,
leading
was
the
no
stage
match
into
for the
the
charging
quicksand
Silver.
of Silver's Creek.
Fear and panic
Three of the
filled the
outlaws
outlaw's face.
posed as
He heard the
cowboys
hoofbeats ever
and
nearer.
took the passengers
And
on
the
to
masked
Dalton.
man shout.
I want you,
Sheriff
Cavendish.
received word that the stage had been wrecked and organized a posse to ride out after the
The
outlaws.
masked man's avowed
Our next
mission
scene
was
opens in the
accomplished.
outlaws' camp.
The last of the
The
Cavendish
stage
gang was
driver had been
captured
bound
to be
and
tried
gagged,
by law and
placed near the
punished for his
campfire.
crimes.
Mike,
But there were
the leader
many
of the band,
others
is speaking.
whose criminal
Any
plans
of you
were to
men
be
still
challenged by
want
the
to
Lone
vote?
Ranger,
Not us,
his
Mike.
faithful
That
Indian
gold
companion
sure looks
Tonto,
good. We
and
gotta
his
hand
great
it to
horse
you.
Silver.
What I'm thinking is this. We ought to keep right on moving till we hit the border.
You gotta wait for Jake. Maybe when he shows up, he'll have some good news for us. Maybe we can stay here.
Ain't no sense in that, Mike.
I say as we wait.
Here's Jake now.
Hey, steady, boy.
Did you talk with the sheriff?
Just like you told me to.
Did he believe you?
Sure did. He organized a posse, rode back the creek. The stage had sunk into the quicksand just like we figured. There wasn't any evidence against anybody.
That make you feel any better, Butch?
You could see the stage underwater, couldn't you?
Not a trace.
Yeah, funny it should go down so fast.
Tell him the rest of it, Jake.
You mean about Buck?
Yeah.
Well, I told the sheriff that Buck had driven us away from the stage at the point of a gun and then run it into the creek. At first, he took my word for it that Buck was a crook. But he got thinking on the way to Salters, and he allowed that maybe Buck was only trying to foil. I gave him an argument at first, then I allowed that maybe he was right.
Maybe.
Yeah. The sheriff's plumb convinced the two men couldn't have made off with all that gold by themselves. He figures it sunk down the quicksand with the coach.
Ain't no other way to look at it.
But if anybody starts getting suspicious, Buck's the one who'll get the blame.
And Buck ain't gonna show up in Dalton for a long, long time. We don't have to worry about nothing. Maybe we can make a little more money if we stick around here.
What do you mean?
They'll be sending another coach from Paso Doble tomorrow night.
You can't pull the same trick twice, Mike.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, the driver won't take the wrong turn. He'll be warned about it.
Listen, we'll do it a little different. What if we stop the coach before it gets to the crossroads?
Yeah?
We make the guard and driver prisoners just like we did to Buck and you. Then two of the boys drive the coach down the creek and into the quicksand.
Well, wait a minute.
You wait. We unload the gold before. When the coach sinks, there ain't no evidence. There ain't nothing to see.
But if it happens twice, the sheriff will know there's something wrong.
He'll start hunting for Buck. But he won't find him. How'd you like a trip to Mexico, Buck?
Let's get rid of him right now.
No, Jake. He's going to do a little job for us. It's this way. Just in case somebody should see us hold up the stage, Buck's going to be out in front. And he won't be wearing a mask.
The morning following our last scene, a group of men were standing in front of the sheriff's office in Dalton. Betty Stevens pushed her way through the crowd.
Let me finish. I've got to see the sheriff. Sheriff, look what's coming down the road. It's a covered wagon.
Covered wagon, nothing. That's a
The
stage.
day coach isn't due from Paso Doble till this afternoon.
It's the night coach. The one that got stuck in the quicksand.
Buck got it out. Maybe he's driving it.
There's two men in the box.
One of them's an engine.
And the other man is masked.
Don't shoot.
Stand out in the center of the road, men. We gotta stop him.
Man's drawing rein. He's planning to stop anything.
Halt in the name of the law. Hurry, boys. Get up there. Put down your guns, Sheriff. Who are you?
That doesn't matter. I'm turning this coach over to you as evidence.
Only outlaws wear masks.
If you'll investigate the baggage compartment at the rear, you'll find that it's been broken open.
That's right, Sheriff. Ain't nothing in it at all.
And the gold was stolen after all.
Yes.
What have you done with it?
The gold was gone when my friend and I found the coach in the quicksand.
You're an outlaw, and I'm holding you for the robbery.
You'd better listen to me first. Why should I come to you if I were guilty of a crime?
I don't know about that. We're going to lock you up and ask questions afterwards.
You won't keep us locked up for long.
Oh, there. Oh!
It's Marty Sheridan, the marshal from Paso Doble.
You're just in time, Marshal.
What's going on here?
We just caught the outlaw that stole the gold last
You're
night.
wrong.
Well, he just come driving up in the coach, and the gold is gone.
The gold belongs to the United States government. The United States government's taking charge of the case. Let go of that man.
You're interfering with justice.
No, I ain't. I've already had a talk with him. You wouldn't be so concerned uppity if he was riding his own horse, Sheriff. We ain't going to lock him up. We're going to take orders from him. Start talking, stranger.
The Lone Ranger, backed by the authority of the United States Marshal, made plans for the capture of the outlaws. The sheriff and his posse followed the masked man's orders. That night they rode down the stage trail with the Lone Ranger in the lead.
It's about time you told us where we're going, stranger.
He's the one in command, Sheriff.
Ain't no harm in asking where we're headed.
We're heading for the crossroads.
You sure the outlaws are going to hold up the stage there?
Yes.
And all you have to do is point them out to me, and I'll do the rest.
We'll only watch the hold-up, Sheriff.
What's that?
There'll be plenty of time to attack later when we get all the evidence.
What's more, we got to get back that first shipment of gold. They won't be carrying it with them.
Get up there, Pete. Get up there.
Benny, what are you doing here?
You didn't think I'd stay at home and Buck was in danger, did you?
This ain't no woman's work.
Won't do no good to tell me to go back, Sheriff. I'm riding with you.
Tell your men to pull up. We can watch the crossroads from this hill. Go, Silver. There they are, hiding in that gully.
Good thing there's a full moon.
We can see everything.
They're wearing masks.
One of them isn't.
Oh.
Quiet, Betty.
Ain't that the stage coming down the road?
Sure it is. The outlaws got it spotted, too. See? They're stepping out in the road.
That ain't the new stage.
No.
I thought your Indian friend drove it back to Paso Doble so it could make the night run.
I had a better idea, Marshal.
It's Buck Newton out in front of the outlaws.
Sure looks like him.
Can't be.
Ain't no doubt about it. This here's all the evidence we need.
Buck is not an outlaw.
I got eyes, ain't I?
Maybe we made a mistake about Buck, stranger.
No, Marshal.
Man!
Don't give any orders yet, Sheriff.
Why not? They strapped the coach. They're tying the driver and the guard. They're unloading the gold from the back. We can't stand by and watch a hold-up.
You can't accuse an innocent man either. Look closer. Look at that man standing behind Buck. He has him covered.
It's true. He's a prisoner.
I ain't so sure.
You will be.
They're driving the stage down the creek road. That's Buck who's got the reins.
We've seen all we want to see here. Tell your men to follow me.
And let them outlaws escape.
There's no time to lose now, Sheriff. Follow me. Hi-yo, Silver!
Right well, Buck.
You dirty...
Don't get mad, boy.
I ain't gonna kill these horses. I ain't gonna drive them into that quicksand.
Maybe you're hankering to get killed yourself.
I heard you talking last night. You're gonna kill me before you start for the border anyway. Whoa there, whoa there.
What's the idea of slowing up?
Keep him covered, boss. I gotta take the reins. Get up there. Get up. Get up there. He heard us talking.
I'll finish him off now.
No, you don't. I'm sitting too close for comfort.
Go on, shoot.
We don't want to leave him lying near Dalton either. Somebody might find him and follow our trail. We won't be able to travel fast with all that gold.
You're right.
Just there's up ahead in front of the creek.
It's a wagon.
It's my stage. They pulled it out.
I can't stop.
The brake.
It don't work. We're going to crash.
Pull over to the side.
Too late. I'm going to jump.
Jake, watch Buck over there. Don't let him get away.
Windy, boss.
Get on a horse and make tracks for camp.
Right.
Are you hurt, Roach? You hurt?
No, my leg. I can't stand up.
I'll help you up my horse. Hey, hang on. Get up there. Get up.
That stage. The sheriff and his men must have raised it today.
It ain't possible.
We saw it, didn't we? Maybe they followed our trail to camp. We shouldn't have left the gold there.
We couldn't take it with us. Back to camp, men, and don't spare the horses.
There it is.
Ain't nobody been here yet.
We'll know better, but when we get to dig up the gold.
Move, oh boy, move.
What do we do now, boss?
Tie Buck up to a tree.
It'd save time if we took care of him right away.
And the gold comes first. Dig it up.
It's safe, all right. They wouldn't have bothered filling up the hole.
Light a fire so we can see better.
Hey! Bring Buck over here.
Who's that shooting?
It came from the woods. Another one. That came from the south.
Let go of me. You rode straight into a trap, Mike.
Put up your hands. You're surrounded.
Nobody's going to catch me without a fight.
You ain't got a chance, Mike. I know that boy.
I'll take care of you before I... Oh, my arm!
Good shooting, stranger.
We ain't got a chance, boss. They got us surrounded. They can see us and we can't see them. We got to surrender.
Put up your hands.
Don't shoot anymore.
You yellow rats. I'm going to fight it out.
Not with that arm. Come on, mister. They're all reaching for the sky.
There are your men, Sheriff. You'll find the gold over by that tree where they've started to dig.
We might never have located it if we hadn't followed your directions.
I gotta hand it to you, stranger. Fixing the brakes on the coach made 'em crash and head back for camp in a hurry, huh? Round 'em up, men. Take those shooting irons first.
Thanks, mister. I figured I was on my way to the happy hunting ground. Another few minutes and I guess
We'd acted any sooner, Buck. You might have been arrested as an outlaw.
What's that?
We were watching that hold-up at the crossroads. It sure looked bad.
Mike had a gun sticking in my ribs every minute, Marshal.
You're in the clear now.
Of course, a lot of it was my fault. I never should have been fooled with that sign pointing the wrong way. Well, I guess I won't be driving any more stages in this part of the country.
Think you'll lose your job, eh?
Can't miss.
Think again, son. After tonight, you might even get a raise.
A raise?
Mm-hmm. As a sort of wedding present.
Oh, Buck, you see.
Oh, sure I am, honey. And did you hear what the marshal was saying? Maybe I'll get a raise from the express company as a wedding present.
We owe it all to that masked man.
That's right. I want to invite him to come.
Hey, he's leaving. Hold on now.
Come on there, Silver, old boy. Justice is needed in El Dorado. Hi-yo, Silver.
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger, Incorporated.